Recorded Books presents a sci-fi audio production. Deluge, Book 3 of The Twins of Pataby, by Anne McCaffrey and Elizabeth Ann Scarborough. This unabridged recording is narrated by Robert Ramirez and directed by Jane Kramer. This book is copyrighted 2008 by Anne McCaffrey and Elizabeth Ann Scarborough. This recording is copyrighted 2008 by Recorded Books. Sci-Fi Audio is an imprint dedicated exclusively to science fiction and fantasy titles on CD, from classics to bestsellers, cult hits to critically acclaimed award winners. Intergal Corporation has long desired to exploit the resource-rich Pataby. But the planet and its guardians, led by Yana Maddock and Sean Chongali, along with their twin children, Ronan and Muriel, have successfully thwarted every attempt by the corporation to impose its iron-fisted dominion. Until now. And now, Deluge.
Chapter 1. The sentient world Pataby, its northern continent blanketed in snow, appeared deceptively serene. Cold enough to freeze a sneeze in midair, but peaceful beneath its dark sky, it seemed an easy target for the troops whose arrival disturbed that peace. Although they knew that the people in the village of Kilcool were hostile and armed, the Company Corps soldiers did not worry unduly about resistance. Their landing was unannounced, and they believed unexpected, so their superiors were confident that the soldiers could simply storm into house after house, waking the villagers and hauling them from their beds while they were still befuddled by sleep. Instead, the soldiers were the ones who were befuddled, as they slammed open unlocked door after unlocked door to find vacant, unheated rooms with ice frosting the inside walls. Wild animals darted down the street or across it, but no domestic beasts or human beings remained in the village. The sergeant in charge of the ground mission regarded the village suspiciously. "Fan out and search, but be damned careful," he ordered. "These people are hunters. They won't be far and they'll be watching us." He returned to his flitter, kept running and warm by the driver, and called the captain on the comm. They'd hoped the blade of the Patabian winter would still be a few weeks away, but it seemed they were out of luck. Much of their equipment would be useless, now with the extreme cold. "They're gone, sir." "I doubt that, Sergeant," the officer replied. "They must have been warned. Now we'll have to pursue them outside the village on their own turf. I'll consult High Command. Meanwhile, search the houses and see what intelligence you can gather. The governor's mansion is a log cabin at the end of the street nearest the river. Seize records of any kind, books, computers, storage chips, anything. If they make grocery lists in this godforsaken hole, I want those too. Governor Chongali has a laboratory west of the village, according to our sources. Search that in the same manner." "Yes, sir." "Then, you can make a bonfire out of the place." "With respect, sir, if we do that, we lose the chance to catch them when they try to return home." "It's minus 90 degrees Fahrenheit, Sergeant. If they can't return home, they'll have to show themselves to seek other shelter. Once the village is leveled, we'll search the surrounding villages and see if they're hiding there." "Yes, sir," the sergeant said. But as they fanned out to search the houses, snow began falling. It wasn't supposed to be possible for snow to fall at such extreme temperatures, but this weird world was a law unto itself, or so the residents seemed to believe. As if it wasn't cold enough already, a killing wind began to drive the falling snow into the soldiers' thermal-masked faces, into the open doorways, scraping huge drifts from the piles on the ground and flinging them against the houses. The sky grew white, too, and within moments, the sergeant couldn't see his own mitten when he put it in front of his face. "Take cover!" he yelled, and maybe his troops did. But his voice was blown away on the wind. Less than 3 miles away, but nearly a half-mile underground, the occupants of Kilcool were awakening. Clodagh, the community's Shanachie, storyteller, wise woman, and native healer, was wide awake, sitting with her back and hands flat against the cave's sides, her buttocks and feet flat against the floor. Self-appointed disciples of the planet and would-be students of Clodagh's, brothers Shale and Granite and sister Igneous Rock, watched her, trying to feel what she was feeling. Yanaba Matic Shongili, co-governor of Pataby and former colonel in the company corps, opened one eye and looked up at Clodagh. She'd been up half the previous night, plotting with Marmion de Revere Algemein's employees, Captain Johnny Green, the skipper of Marmy's ship, the Piaf, Petula Chan, Marmy's security chief, and Raj Norman, a well-armed associate of uncertain status. Also included in their...
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.